Hi guys, it's Chris with Expat Theory. Glad you're here. Normally I stay away from opinion pieces, opinion videos. Your channel will sometimes morph into something you didn't really want it to be because people on opinion pieces either want to agree with you or they want to disagree with you, and that becomes the channel instead of the content that you're really trying to put forth. But I feel like in this instance, this is a topic that's come up that I really kind of need to talk about. The dirty old man versus the gold digger. Now, the concept of gold digger, that's been out there forever, and it's in every culture. Doesn't matter where or when in time, there's always been gold diggers, you know. And it seems like, especially for us, I hate to say this, but us Americans, guys, older guys, we get tagged for, you know, when we have a few dollars, there's always going to be somebody who wants those dollars. And it happens a lot. Guys get burned for somebody who didn't really care about them, they just wanted their money. It happens. But that's not everywhere, and that's not everyone, you know. It's not every time that you get into a relationship. You know, if you got a couple bucks in your pocket, doesn't mean that that person's after your money. And I've talked about my retirement to the Philippines, and I've caught a few negative comments about the gold diggers, that they don't really care about us older guys, they just want our money. And you know, there's just way too many examples out there of successful marriages and relationships, especially with the Filipinas, that pretty much prove hands down that no, that is not always the case. Yes, you have to be careful. Yes, use your brain, you know. Not everyone is a good person, obviously. But to pretty much wholesale say that, you know, all they want is your money, that's ridiculous. I've seen way too many people that are happily married and been in long-term, you know, 20, 30, 40-year marriages with Filipinas to say that Filipinas are nothing but a bunch of gold diggers. And I actually have had that comment thrown at me, and I kind of got a little upset about that because I'm like, no, I know better. You know, and then what's even sad to me is that some of these comments are coming from guys who've actually been in country. They've actually been there. So apparently they've had a really bad experience in their limited amount of time that they were there that led them to believe this. And they're very vocal about it, which is kind of sad. And it's like somebody always has to try to rain on your parade. No matter what you try to do, there's always going to be those who are going to try to knock you down. I don't know why they do it, but they do. But in the situation with the Philippines and the Filipinas themselves, yes, it's a third world country. Yes, they don't have as much money as we do. So, as a Westerner going over to the Far East, you've got a few bucks in your pocket. You are considered rich to them. That's just the way it is, okay? And yes, there will be some who are looking to get those dollars from you. But there's also a very large portion of Filipinos who actually like us Westerners. They actually like dating us. Not only because we could afford to take them out and do nice things and have nice things. That's not it. They like the way we treat them. We're not machismo usually. And for the most part, especially the guys that are going over there with sincere intentions of living a life and retiring and being happy, they're not over there to play games. They're not over there to be a sex pad or, you know, hook up with every little young girl they can get their hands on. That's not the majority. There are a few of those too. So, there are some bad guys who go over there and use and abuse the young ladies. They take advantage of them, with the idea of maybe going for a marriage and long-term relationship, when in truth they're there just to sleep with as many girls as they can. That's not always the case, okay? And the gold diggers are out there to get your money, so if you use your brain and you pay attention to what's going on, you look at things objectively, you'll be able to tell the difference between somebody who's actually interested in you and wants to be with you. And there are a number of them. Us guys go over there, we want a good relationship. We're looking for a retirement, we want to be happy. We want to enjoy life. We've already worked hard. We've already earned all the money that we need to make. And now we're in that phase, in that mode of life to where we want to kick back and enjoy what we've earned. And we want to be with somebody who enjoys spending time with us and going out and doing these things together. So, for the most part, the guys that are going overseas to retire, they're not dirty old men. They're guys that are done, We've worked all the time that we need to work. We've made all the money we need to make. And we're ready to just chill out and enjoy life, whatever, we got left. We want to go do things. We want to see things. We want to experience things, We want to go see those waterfalls. We want to take that fishing trip, And we would love to have somebody that wants to be there with us. And there are quite a few ladies over there who are just that. They want somebody who's a good guy, a nice guy, who wants a serious relationship and wants to have a good life. So the idea and concept that all Filipinas are gold diggers is ridiculous. The idea and concept that all of us old guys going over to get these young girls is ridiculous. Okay? Stop and think about this for a minute. The whole dating scenario. The dating situation that's going on right now, and it's been this way for a few years, so it's not just right now, but think about the people that you know. How many people do you know that are under the age of 35 that are single, never been married, and don't have kids? I'll give you a second. Of those people, most of them probably been very focused on their career, because that's usually the number one reason why people don't settle down into a marriage and get, have kids and the whole thing. It's usually because they're very career focused and they're looking to improve their life for later, okay? And they're so focused on their work and their career that they're not really taking the time for their personal life. But look at the very mass majority. Everyone under the age of 35 has already been married, has a couple of kids for the most part. There's a few that don't, but for someone dating, especially us older guys, I won't focus on the younger guys, but just us older guys, we've already done that. We've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, keychain, the hat. We don't need any more souvenirs, thanks. We're done. We've already raised our kids. So we're not really, all fired up to start a brand new family and start popping out more kids. Or raising someone else's. And for some reason, I don't get it, but for some reason, society now says that a real man needs to step up and take care of somebody else's children. No. This is the red pill part of me coming out. Sorry, ladies, but if you've got 2, 3, 4 kids, don't just automatically expect and demand for a man to step up and take care of your past life choices or current life choices. That's not their responsibility. Now, if they decide to take that on, then that means they're a pretty good guy. They're a pretty good person, that they're willing, that they love you that much, that they're willing to step up and take on all of that that's not theirs. They should probably get a lot more recognition. But I don't know why any man would do that. To me, that just makes very little sense. Because the way society is now, ladies are putting the children first. So kids come first. Say she's got three kids, then herself, then her career, and then basically the family pet. So if you're a guy, you're lucky if you're coming in 6th or 7th place in the order of priorities of that household that you're wanting to join. And basically your supportive role, not only of taking care of things, but financial. But yeah, you're pretty far down the totem pole. And this is such a big shift from our traditional values. You know, the traditional values of, you know, the man kind of being the king of the household and the woman is the supporter. You know, those roles have kind of eroded, gone away a lot, but very seldom. It was supposed to have been replaced by an equal partnership. That hasn't happened. There's always going to be one who's kind of leading the way. It's just the way it is. So one or the other is going to lead the way, and the other is supposed to kind of like follow in a supportive way, not just, you know, blind sheep following kind of thing. But one kind of leads the way and the other one follows and supports, and they work as a team. But you can't have, like if you're doing a project at work, you can't have 5 project leaders. Somebody's got to be in charge, and then everyone else is supposed to support from there. Same concept, same idea. In the household, one has to lead and the others kind of follow in and support. And that's kind of gone away. So us older guys, we're not really looking to get into all of that power struggle or being 5th, 6th, 7th on the list of priorities in the household, especially because we've already been there. We've already done it. So those dating options really aren't great for us. We get over there to the Far East, and the 20-somethings, 20 up through 30-somethings, we still hit the same issues, but there are a number of younger ladies who are never been married, don't have any kids, they're maybe in college, or maybe they've recently graduated college, and they don't mind dating an older guy. So for some reason our society says that we're bad if we date that person because we're older and we're somehow exploiting them, that we're taking advantage of them. And it's absolutely not true. Now, yeah, you might have that case where there's somebody, like I said earlier, who's disingenuous, but there's nothing wrong with an older guy dating someone younger. You know, our society says it's really bad, it's horrible, he's an evil human being. You know, women do it, it's fine. Oh yeah, wonderful, it's celebrated. You know, cougar, you go girl. You know, she can date 20, 30 years younger, nobody even bats an eye. It's A-okay. But if a guy does that, you're a monster. You're exploiting women. You're terrible. I don't get that. I really don't. And as far as the dating pool goes, that's kind of what we're looking at. Even here. You know, that's why you see guys who are in their 40s, 50s, dating 20-somethings who just got out of college, or, you know, they're working their way up. Because they don't have all that baggage, they don't have all that extra stuff, that you have to deal with. You know, the only difference is here, for an older guy to be successful at that, you pretty much have to be a good-looking guy and make bank. Then it happens. If you're an older guy, don't look so good, yeah, even your money is probably not going to help you much. You know, you got to hit the gym, you got to be in good shape, you got to look good. Usually helps if you're tall, dark, and handsome, which seems to be the thing. The women are dating such a small, selective group of guys that there's a whole lot of guys out there that just aren't dating anymore at all. They've given up on it. And that's another reason why the guys go overseas. The dating market is different and much more available. You know, you can look like me, an ugly old dude, go over there and meet someone who's fairly attractive and nice, and she's actually interested in you. Hey, imagine that. But you're a dirty old man if you do that. Absolutely wrong. That is not the case. So, I just figured I'd throw that out there because I get hit with that on occasion. I get those evil comments, evil looks, you know, that I'm going to retire to the Philippines, you know, for the girls. Like, you're a lecherous old dude, you're a perv. No, that's not the case. I'm going over there for a standard of living. It's lower than here in the US, but it's very affordable, okay? I can live there and live halfway decent on the money that I'm going to have, okay? B, the weather. Weather's very similar to what I'm used to from Florida. Yes, it gets hotter. I'm used to that, okay? We have hurricanes, they have typhoons. It's all the same shit. The only thing I got to get used to really is the earthquakes. So I've been in an earthquake when I was there. First and only time in my life I've ever been in an earthquake was in the Philippines. A little freaky. The culture and the people. I don't know how many people, you know, on my channel here know Filipinos, but my experience with them, they've been very nice people, very fun people. I've actually enjoyed their culture being there for 3 years. I enjoyed being around them. They're very heartwarming type people. They're always positive. You know, I'm sure there's an exception to every rule, but my general experience has been very positive. And they're very accepting of foreigners in their country. So it's the culture itself is really amazing, and I definitely suggest anybody that's interested, get online, check out some videos. You'll see. One of the main things every person ever talks about is how nice the Filipinos are. It's just a fact. So you mix in the nice culture, you mix in the nice environment, outdoor, the nature, the climate, the whole thing, the people. The food's decent. There are other countries where you can get what would be better food, but I like the Filipino food. I had no issues with it whatsoever. I liked a lot of it. I still am not eating balloon. Not happening, ever. Ew. But I liked it over there. So the cost of living, I can go over there and live decently on what money I'm going to have, and I would be struggling here to do the same. So it's not about the girls. If I happen to meet somebody, hey, fantastic. If I meet somebody and I get into a dating situation, wonderful. That is probably about the only opportunity I would take when it comes down to a dating scenario. I am really not interested in dating here. Oh my gosh, it's just insane. Especially for someone my age. Nah, I'm done. That ended in 2016. Got no interest in it whatsoever. When I get over there, I might give it a second try. It's a whole different world, literally. But Anyway, that's my opinion, my idea on the whole, you know, gold digger and dirty old man thing. It's just a bunch of negativity that gets thrown out there from people that really don't know everything and want to act like they do, and they want to say these negative things about people that they don't really know. And it goes both directions, whether it be the dirty old man or the gold digger. They don't know what it's like. They don't know what's going on. They're not walking in those people's shoes. They don't know what their life is. But you're gonna throw that out there like you do. Like that's just the way it is. And it's not. So anyway, that's my opinion for the day. And that's my rant. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, hit the like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when my next one comes out. Thanks for watching.